Hello, all you positive heads out there. It's so good to be back with all you beautiful reflections of the one source consciousness that creates and animates all things. If you're new to this podcast, of course, we are super happy to have you here, and we just ask that you bring an open mind and heart to your listening experience and to be prepared to explore vantage points that I'm convinced will help shift or solidify your current understanding of the ultimate nature of reality in a way that is extremely empowering. Speaking of exploring powerful perspectives, I'm super excited to announce the release of my very first book, The Golden Key: Modern Alchemy to Unlock Infinite Abundance. If you're ready to alchemize the circumstances in your life so that your abundance expands to an entirely new level in 2021, head over to goldenkey.gift to download the audio or ebook as my gift to you by using the code POSITIVEHEAD.
All right, all you positive heads, welcome. Welcome, one and all. I'm very grateful that you have joined me today on another beautiful and magical day here where we get to learn and experience all these beautiful, fun, amazing, and hard things that we get to experience here. Today, I saw a post in the Positive Heads Facebook group that I cannot resist responding to because I resonate with it so much. And actually, I was going to answer a different question today that came through my email about spirit guides. But I will get to that one another day, although I do think it will probably come out a little bit in this episode as well. So before I read this question, I just want to encourage anyone who is not yet a part of our Positive Head Facebook group to go over and join. We'd love to see you there as part of our family. And so this question is from Chelsea, and she says, "Hello, P-Heads. As the nature of the universe has it, I recently was faced with stepping out of a cycle/relationship that was not healthy, and finally I left. I felt liberated and free, confident and sure this is the right direction. The next day, I found out that I am pregnant. I'm curious because I can't find much on it. Maybe there's already a podcast on it. Have any women experienced heightened intuition and sensitivity during their pregnancy? Prior, I smoked a lot of weed over the years, regularly. I didn't see many visions, orbs, some colors, words, etc. I just had a very vivid open vision. It definitely could be a result of a clean vessel. However, I'm very curious about other light workers' experiences. In addition, I do energy healing readings, and I'm unsure if it's a good idea to continue with clients while the little peanut is developing. Any advice here? I appreciate any and all advice." Well, Chelsea, I would love to chime in on this, and I thank you so much for posting this because I had a very, very similar experience with my first pregnancy. I went into it basically alone for the entire pregnancy, and that was extremely empowering. I had a lot of support around me, luckily, and it was really empowering because I got to learn how strong I was and what I could do when I was faced with a challenge. And so this is such a beautiful time in your life to connect with your little one growing inside of you. And it makes it extra fun when you do have this heightened intuition. I experienced this with my first one, but not with my second one. And so at first, I used to think it was just pregnancy that did this, that just being pregnant would heighten our divine feminine and then therefore get us more in tune with our intuition. But that didn't happen during my second pregnancy, and I was also more in tune, so to speak. I had more practice behind me, and I was actually very surprised to see that I really actually felt like I lost a bit of my abilities with the second one. And so what I think happened was that when we are pregnant, we and the baby are sharing one body. And if that baby has extra special gifts, then that will also pass on to the mother when we're pregnant. And my daughter, that's my first pregnancy, my daughter, when she was born, the minute she started talking, I could tell there was something special about her. I could always tell she was telepathic. One time when she was really little, I had gone to the store and come home and unpacked all the bags, and I had bought this gum and I really wanted this gum. And I was looking all around for it and I couldn't find it. And so I then went to go look on the receipt to see if I had even bought it. Did it come home from the store with me? Like, what happened? And as I was doing this, I, by the way, wasn't saying a single word. I was just going about looking for my gum because my daughter was really little. And she looked at me and she said, "Mom, did you forget to buy the gum?" And I was astonished. At that time, how old was I? I don't know. I think it was in my late 20s at some point, and I certainly didn't have the knowledge that I do now, which is 19 years later. Wow, it's funny to think it's been that long. It doesn't seem that long at all. And yeah, she showed signs of how intuitively gifted she was from very, very early. She's always been a crystal child. She could speak to the crystals. Also, very early when I noticed her connection, I asked her, "How do you know which ones that you like?" And she said, "Well, Mom, they talk to me." Like, it was stupid that I didn't know. Like, I was asking her a really dumb question. Like, of course, Mom, they talk to me. And I was like, "Well, how do they talk to you?" "Well, I hear them in my ears." It was very cute. And so with my son, it's interesting because I feel like he is just as telepathic, but his abilities are different. And in what way, I really don't know yet. He is a special one, but no, maybe he doesn't have this exact sense of intuition that my daughter has. She also has the gift of prophecy, which is a very, very strong gift that I also have, and it's interesting to see how it comes through her. She's been getting visitation dreams lately, prophetic dreams, my little niece as well. And I think that my sister-in-law also experienced a heightened awareness when she was pregnant with her. And so, yes, I think it is a thing, but I don't think it's the pregnancy itself. I think it's the combination of, yes, being pregnant, but the being that you're carrying within you. And so this is a beautiful time to really, because you're so much more intuitive now, to really be able to connect with your little one. That's so fun. You can talk to her, him. You can even, and this was a fun exercise I did with my second one, I asked him what his name was. And I luckily had a friend who reminded me that she said, "Do you know what his name's going to be?" And I said, "No, I'm not sure yet. We were tossing around a few names." And she said, "Well, have you asked him?" And I just kind of was a little dumbfounded, like, no, I can't believe I didn't even think to ask him. But I did one night. I asked him one night before going to bed, and I woke up with a name. And it was a name I would have never thought of. It wasn't on my list. And I told my partner, and we were like, yeah, that sounds good. And it turns out that when we put his whole entire name together, his name means quiet messenger of light. And we didn't do that on purpose. So we'll see what this little one turns out to be. But on the other side of your question, you had also asked about the idea of having a clean vessel and if that was affecting it. And also, of course, it will. As much as I am a fan of cannabis and I think it is like a panacea medicine for so many things, if we are abusing it, it will dull our third eye. It will dull our intuition, or not even our intuition, but our visions and how clearly we are able to see, or even how vividly we dream or how easily we remember our dreams. And so maybe this is something that some of you have experienced before if you were a cannabis smoker and then stopped for a little while, that your dreams became so vivid and so clear and longer and you remembered them more. And so there's something to that says that, yes, that the cannabis is then veiling or clouding the veil a little bit more. It doesn't make it impenetrable, but it does cloud it for sure. So having a clean vessel absolutely helps in this arena. But I think in your case, I get the sense that your little one is playing a very, very big part. Now, the other part that I love about this is the question you have about working with clients. I also had the same thing happening when, well, both my pregnancies really, but the first one I really had to learn this. And I was in naturopathic medical school at the time, and I was doing, my medical rounds, and I was very big. I worked up into my very last days that I could. And I had a teacher at one point. We were sitting around doing our rounds before our shift, and we were talking about this one patient who had a lot of emotional, energetic disturbance. And she looked at me very clearly, straight in the eye, and sternly said, "And you protect yourself before going in that room." And I was like, "Okay, thank you for letting me know that." And it stuck with me in this awareness that, okay, it's that easy for me to do, is just put up my protection. And over the years, that has changed. Back then, I made it a wall. I made it this wall of protection, of light that nothing could penetrate and nobody could get in. And that is done in your mind's eye, just with your imagination. You visualize it, you put the intention behind it, and that's how you do it. But over the years, I have learned that I don't like to separate myself like that. I don't need that type of separation protection. What I need is the protection of love. And so what I learned to do was surround myself in a protection of love, knowing that I am protected, I am love, and that there is nothing that can come into my field that does not resonate with that same vibration. It's such a different intention when you're saying, this is what I am, this is what I focus on, this is my intention, and that's all that's allowed to come in my space. And so in that way, you're not actually saying this is good, this is bad. You're just saying, as long as it matches, it's cool. And I like that a lot better. And love is our greatest protection, our absolutely 100% greatest protection we could ever have. And so when we're working with clients, if we surround them with a blanket of love, ourselves with a blanket of love, that no matter what type of energy is happening, going on, moving around in that place, it will not affect you because you've set that intention in place. And if that's not enough, then maybe you can call in your guides, your guardians, your angels, your higher self for a little help. Because they're always there anyway, but the thing is, we have to ask. And so if you're a little unsure, or if you just want a little extra help, then ask. They can't help unless we ask. And we as humans forget to ask, or we don't like to ask. But we have to get better at it, especially as far as our guides and guardians are concerned. They need us to ask for help. And so if you feel like you may need some help in your day when you're working with clients, call upon your guides. Call upon your guide that is your protector, the one that stands at your gate, that doesn't allow the energies to pass that are not equal and beneficial to your own. When we're doing this kind of work and we don't set these intentions in place before we get started, we can often feel depleted because when we don't do the intention beforehand, we wind up unintentionally using our own or allowing other energies that have been cleared to kind of get on us like a residue. They don't get absorbed or anything like that, but it's kind of like dirt. And speaking of, a really good exercise after working with clients like this, especially after seeing many clients all day, is to come home and take a shower. Because energetically, you do get a little on you, right? And so when you take a shower, it washes it all off. So that's another way, a physical way, in addition to the intention that you can do to really give yourself a nice, good clearing. And so there are so many things here that you can do, but I encourage you to definitely keep working with clients, because the combination of your energy and the baby's energy is going to be so super amazing for your clients, and you can really help a whole lot of people. And so putting these intentions in place, you will feel fine about it. You will understand what energy is yours, what is not yours, and you will feel protected knowing that you are surrounded in love at all times, because too, when you are pregnant, I believe that we are extra protected. And so during these times, our guides, guardians, and angels are really stepping it up quite a bit, even without us asking for help. And again, it helps a whole lot if we do. Chelsea, I hope that helps. I'm going to leave you all with the song for today. And this is one that came to my head when I was thinking about you, Chelsea. And it is Wookiefoot, Small But Fierce. Until next time, I love you all.
Also, before we cue up today's song, as a quick reminder, don't forget to download the Golden Key audio or ebook as my free gift to you at goldenkey.gift using the Golden Key code POSITIVEHEAD. And please, if you enjoy my gift, leave a positive review on Amazon so others can unlock their lives with the help of the Golden Key as well.
How I wonder what you are. How I wonder what you are. I caught your tiny body in the palm of my hand, but I could barely understand. I could barely understand. Like diamonds falling from the sky. Like diamonds falling from the sky. Miracles will fall around us, bursting into life. We may have given you yours, but you surely saved mine. And I know I can't freeze time. And we all get scars on this ride, but no matter how far or how great the divide, I know she'll be fine. 'Cause though she is small, she is fierce. Though she is small, 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 she is fierce. So fierce, and objects in the mirror so much larger than they appear. Though she is small, she is fierce. Up above the world so high. Up above the world so high. But a time will come when you must go out in the world, out on your own. But you'll never be alone, my darling, never alone. How I wonder what you'll be. How I wonder what you'll be. But you're strong just like your mother. Oh, the courage I have seen. On that day she brought you to me. She's a fierce warrior queen. You'll collect your scars in time. Just look to your star to guide. But no matter how far or how great the divide, I know she'll be fine. 'Cause though she is small, she is fierce. may appear, though she is small, she is fierce. I wanna watch you shine, yeah. I wanna watch you shine. Illuminate when the darkness comes. Make friends with your shadow, there's no need to run. Stay strong on this journey that's just begun, and burn like a blazing sun. Just let it shine, 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 let it shine. Just let it shine, 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 let it shine.